Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Keeping Fish Simple. So today we are doing the third part of my How to Breed Danios series. And today I'm going to show you guys the Danios after a week of me being away. And I'm going to let you guys know these guys have gotten huge. So they're taking really good progress now. They're feeding on really finely crushed flake while I get some brine shrimp going. But these guys are doing really well. I've got heaps and heaps of them now, so I'm going to show you them now.
So here are the fry 3 weeks after hatching, and I can tell you guys, these little fish are doing really well now. So they've put on quite a bit of size and they've just started to take some crushed flake, and this morning I fed them. But if you guys are wondering why it's so green, I've just medicated the tank so that I get a really good hatch rate on my next batch. So there's a bunch of eggs in there, but we'll focus on these guys today. So these guys have been housed with some little baby plecos that I've got just to keep the tank a little bit clean there, and some snails as well to eat all the excess food and all that kind of stuff. But basically in this episode, I'm going to be trying to get these guys as big as possible, and showing you how to raise fry up and get them growing up quickly. So basically, I'm going to start feeding these guys some baby brine shrimp in a few days when their mouths are a little bit bigger and can take the size. But I'll just show you now a little compilation of all the fry and their little eyeballs and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool seeing them grow up and move on to adulthood.
So by having a closer look at the fry, we can now see how small these little guys are. So these guys have gotten quite a lot bigger since they did hatch, and they put on a lot of size, and I'm really impressed with how they've done. So these guys are 3 weeks old, but at the moment they're taking crushed flakes, and in this video we're going to be starting them up on some baby brine shrimp. So baby brine shrimp are awesome foods for baby fish, and this is for a few reasons. Now baby brine shrimp have heaps of protein in them, so it helps them grow up really well, and they also stay alive in the aquarium for a little bit longer than some other kinds of foods, and they will snack on them for a couple hours instead of just for that one period of time when you feed them. So when growing these guys up, there's a few things that I found that came in really important, and the first thing was to keep the little box as clean as possible. So if this box did get dirty, there'd be a lot of ammonia buildup because of the size of it. So it's a really small box, and it would be really easy for the conditions of the water to go out of whack, and we could have problems with that. So I found that it was really important to keep the water clean. So I was doing a water change every day to every second day, and it's really easy because there's not much water in there. And I was making sure that I was keeping that ammonia down, because since these fish are so small and so sensitive, they do die really easily. And also by having those chemicals in the water, it can stunt their growth a bit and cause some problems in the future. So it's really important that we were keeping the water clean in there. And as you can see here, I'm just feeding a bunch of brine shrimp to these guys. And this was one of the first times they ever got fed brine shrimp, so they were a bit new to it and they were a bit scared. But they ended up eating quite a few of them, and then I made sure every time that I fed that a couple hours afterwards, I'd come and fish out all the food that wasn't eaten, just to make sure that they didn't get sick or have any other problems with the levels of ammonia in the little box that they were in. So with my brine shrimp, I just used a plastic bottle as a hatchery with a little air pump in it, and I just added 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda and 2 teaspoons of natural salt. So I just used pink Himalayan salt because that's natural, and then I could just add my eggs and turn the pump on and leave it for an hour, and they would hatch. And then when I wanted to harvest the hatched brine shrimp, I'd just leave the light off and they'd all fall to the bottom, and I could use a turkey baster just to squeeze them up and squirt them back into the tank. So here are the fry a week after the last time I recorded them, and these guys have since put on quite a lot of size, and they've all started to eat all the brine shrimp, and I've been feeding a little bit of crushed flake just for those smaller ones in there to make sure that they're getting a bite as well as they grow up and get their mouths a little bit of a bigger size so that they can actually eat the brine shrimp. But these guys are doing really well. I've had a few die off, and that's normal when you're keeping fish. I'm hoping that I can get about 20 to 25 of these guys in the end. And as you can see here through the clips, there are quite a lot of really big guys now. So it's really cool as well when you get up really close and have a look to these guys, because you can actually see all the internal organs, because they haven't started to put on any color yet. Now, this is pretty much going to be the end of this video, because I don't really think that it's necessary anymore after this stage to show you guys how to breed them, and I'm just going to do some update videos on these later on. But as you can see here, this guy has put on heaps of size, and this is a size now where it's pretty easy to take care of them. You just feed them once or twice a day and they will start to grow up. And I'm going to eventually move these guys into a bigger aquarium so that they can put on more size. But in overall, this has been a really successful project, and I've had a really fun time doing these, and I definitely recommend you guys give breeding zebra Danios a try. They're such a cool fish, and they are super darty and easy to breed, and I definitely recommend this fish for beginners. These guys are one of my favorite fish in the whole entire hobby, and I'm so happy that I started breeding these guys again, and hopefully in the future we can get some more and we can sell these back to our local fish store. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.